passion is where your energy flows from. When you share something that you're passionate about, people feel it. So it's really important that you share what you're passionate about. Hey there, and welcome back in to the Direct Selling Accelerator podcast. My name is Sam Hind, and today we're going to be talking about visual storytelling tips. Now, you've probably heard me mention before that one of the most powerful things that you can be doing in your business on social media is sharing your story, sharing your who, your what, your why, who you are, what you do, and why it is that you do it. What sets you apart in your business is you and your passion and what matters to you, why it is that you love your products or that this business has changed your world. But the common question is, how do I do that? And how do I do it in a visual, fun way? And on top of that, we know that we've got Facebook and Instagram stories now that require us to be a lot more visual with our content, as well as being a lot more frequent. So I'm going to give you some tips today on not only some different types of things you can be sharing that are all considered storytelling, but some ways to make those things a little bit more visual. Are you ready? Let's dive on in. So the very first is probably one of the most obvious, and that is to share your origin story. But there are a number of different ways that you can do this. Now, your origin story might be where you started in the business. It could be why you are with the business in the first place. It could be why you love the products. It could be how the business changed your life. It could be something about your journey. It could be your whole journey, or it could be pieces of your journey. But there are a number of different ways that you can make this really visual and fun. The first one of those is probably one of my favorite little apps. You can use this on your mobile phone. You can use this on a computer, but it's a really great way to kind of change things up a little bit. And it's called Animoto. We use this program a lot, but it's a fantastic little app that allows you to create video using still images. It's really great for beginners and experienced users. And the really cool thing, and there are a number of different apps out there, you can use lots of different things to do this. I only recommend Animoto because it's one that we use within our team, and I know a lot of our clients and customers use it and love it also. So the great thing about it is it's very easy to use, but it allows you to take the images that you've got in your mobile phone graveyard, I like to call it. If you're anything like me, you've got a ton of photos you've taken on your phone that are all amazing, and you've never actually used them for anything. You go through, when you go through your gallery kind of sitting, waiting, you might be in the doctor's office or something, you got a bit of time to kill, so you start going through your photos and you go, oh man, I took all those great pictures and I never actually used them for anything. Well, this is a really great way to use some of those images in your mobile phone graveyard. Pop them into Animoto. You can turn them into a little video, essentially a clever little slideshow, but it'll use some really great little animations and bits and pieces. You can put text overlay, you can have music, so you can do all sorts of fun things. Now, if you're one of those people that doesn't want to just take a photo and create a post, but you want to do something a little bit more visual, try Animoto out, check it out. And the cool thing is that you can also use that in your stories as well. So you can create a little origin story, a story about your journey using Animoto. You could do a little live. A Facebook or Instagram live is a brilliant way as well to share little pieces of your journey and your origin story. Never dismiss the value of doing a live. Remember that Facebook and Instagram, which essentially are the same thing, they favor video, and above all, they favor live video. So if you can get out there and give it a little go, I do recommend having a crack. And the more that you try it, the more comfortable you get, the better you'll get at it, and the better results you'll get as well. We've had loads of people in our courses that have got out there and had a go for the very first time, and they've reported amazing results from going live on Facebook and Instagram. The reason Facebook Live works so well is because it helps people to connect you in a real way. It's less edited, it's less perfect, and it gives people a chance to interact with you real time and build that relationship. Remember that the thing that sets you apart in your business is you, and it's very difficult for people to get to know you if you're not there. So doing a live is a fantastic way for you to be present and for people to feel like they kind of get to know you that little bit better. So share your origin or your journey story. You can do that by Animoto or live. Another great way of doing that is creating a little post within Canva. If you haven't discovered Canva yet, I am going to give you the biggest tip I could ever give you, and that is use it, try it, check it out. Canva is amazing. All of those of you that have used it, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you that haven't, you're missing out. Get on in there and give it a go. Canva is both available as an app on your mobile device and on your computer. Completely free. Yes, there are some things you'll need to pay for in there if you choose to use them, but you can use Canva completely for free if you want to. You just have to make sure that you're not choosing the templates that cost money. There's loads of free templates in there. It's all walked through, very easy to use. Now, I'm also going to give you another little tip here for sharing your origin story or a bit of your journey, and that is if you want to do something a little bit quirky and different and you want to stand out, sometimes it's good to do something that no one else is doing. And one of the cool ways you can do that is to create some form of an animation video. Now, there's a number of great little websites you can go out there to do this yourself. But if you're a little bit like me and you kind of want to cheat, you want someone else to do it, you don't want to spend all the time messing around and editing videos, but you want to create something a bit clever, unique, and different, why not go to a website such as Fiverr? I love Fiverr because you can essentially go there and hire people from all around the globe that are very, very skilled in this space and would love to do this for you. And they're very quick, they're very cheap, it's very easy. Now, I know you're going to come across people that go, oh, if you're going to do that stuff, you should hire locally. My opinion on this is that whether you hire locally or you hire abroad, you are supporting somebody in their business that needs the income. So for me, I would love to support someone who's great at doing what they do, and they would just love you to support them in their business as well, and you get the benefit of their expertise. So if you couldn't afford to hire someone locally to do something really graphically challenging, but you would love to pay $10, $15, $20, $30 to have someone create something a bit clever and special for you, go to a website like Fiverr and look up whiteboard or chalkboard videos. Seriously, really cool little tool. It's going to be a bit more on the animation side, so really not relevant for everybody. But if you want something that stops people in their tracks, that does something a bit different, you want to give it a bit of a go, it's a really cool way of sharing some information in a different way that is very visual, believe me. So there are a few different ways that you could jump in and create something a little bit different to share your origin story or your journey. Now, you can use all of these same tools I've just given you to also share your mission, aspirations, and passion. Now, your mission, aspirations, and passion are also part of your story, but they may not necessarily be your origin. The thing is that your passion is where your energy flows from. When you share something that you're passionate about, people feel it. So it's really important that you share what you're passionate about. The reason this is so important is because if you don't share what you care about, it's hard for people to make that connection with you and what's important in your business. How often do you hear a company or a business person share with you the reason behind why they do what they do? And that suddenly makes you feel like, I just want to do business with them. When you hear a company owner stand up and tell you about how the funds that they're raising are going in towards a great cause, or the reason that they're doing the business that they are is because they've had something incredible happen to them and they want to share that with the rest of the world, or maybe they're on a mission to clean the planet up or change the way that people think. When you understand someone's passion, and you already know, you're thinking of some people in the back of your mind that you're going, yeah, I totally get that. When this person shared their story, it just really gave me some buy-in to what they do. One of the things that I noticed really shaped and changed our business was when we got in there and we shared our journey when we went away to Africa. So one of the things that's really important in our business, and we've named our business around this, is that we're all about growing people. So our business name is Oxano. Oxano is a Greek biblical word that means to cause to grow and become great. And that's what we do for both the individuals that we work with. So the direct sellers, party planners, and network marketers, we work with you guys to grow you. But we also want to grow communities globally. And we want to do that by creating funds that can help organizations and individuals, communities globally, to give them a chance. And one of the things that we did a bit over a year ago was we went over to one of these projects in Africa, and we got the chance to see what all of the dollars that are being put into that project are going towards doing. And we shared that with people on our page. All of a sudden, people changed their perspective around our business because they understood that we had a mission that we really, really were passionate about. And they knew that when they worked with us, they would be a part of that mission and that passion. So you've got to remember that your passion, your mission, your aspirations are important. It doesn't mean people need to also have those same goals or aspirations, but sharing it really helps people understand what matters to you. You'll also notice that sometimes you connect with people on a different level as well, because by sharing why you're passionate about your product, suddenly you might stumble across something that someone else is also going through where they feel like they've got this resonance or connection with you they didn't previously feel. So, as I mentioned before, there are a number of ways that you can get visual about this. You could absolutely do a live, you could do a little video talking to the camera, but you don't always have to do it that way. It could be as simple as creating a clever little slideshow, going into Facebook or Instagram stories and sharing a picture for each stage of that process. Maybe you want to share your mission, and your mission might be 3 different stages, 3 different things. Maybe you want to help mums to be more organized. Maybe you want to help mums to take care of themselves, and maybe you want to help mums save money. So there are 3 different things that you could share with different images, different videos, a bit of different text. And you could do that on stories, on your main profile, on your Instagram. There is no limit to how you can get visual and have some fun with this. One of the things I really love about Instagram and Facebook stories is all of the visual the amazing visual tools you can use. You can have fun GIFs. You can do some cool layering in there as well. And I really recommend getting in there and just having a bit of a play. You learn by playing with this stuff, and you can't break it. Get in and have a little bit of a go, and start sharing things in some different ways. Try some different things. So we've got sharing your origin or your journey. We've got sharing your mission, aspirations, and passions. So important. Remember, your energy is infectious. Another one is educational and instructional content. Now, as much as this doesn't seem like it's a part of storytelling, it really is. Educational and instructional content that relates to your products and your business is one way to do it. But you can also share educational and instructional content around your passion, around your skills, around your knowledge. And this can all be about providing fun value to your audience and your customers. Now, remember, you can do this by going into Canva and creating a cool infographic. Canva has got some amazing templates in there that you can grab and you can use. You literally drag and drop. So check out the infographics on Canva. If you want to do something instructional, there's some really super cool stuff in there. The other thing I want you to remember to check out, if you haven't done it yet, is the content creator in Facebook. You've got the amazing new creator studio in there that's got some really cool tools that will help you to create some beautiful content that will get you beautiful visual storytelling across to all of your fans and followers in a really clever way. So get in and have a look at the tools that Facebook's given you right there. Yep, there's cool programs out there, but go straight to the source and check Facebook out, because they've given you some great tools completely for free to use. Okay, so we've got educational and instructional content. That's a bit of a no-brainer. It's an important part of your content on social media. But another one is to share or illustrate the origin of either the company or a product. why not share the journey that a product has been through from where it's come from to where it is now? Help people understand a little bit more in a visual way where your products came from. I know that for some of you guys, your products have been through an amazing journey. You might have recycled products. I know that Posty, for example, do amazing some clothing that comes from recycled products. I know that Norwex recycles a lot of their countercloths, etc. Larev, you guys could take people on a bit of a journey on where your products have come from and the journey that they've been through, because of course a lot of the Larev products are Australian made. All of your products have got amazing little journeys. I know Juice Plus, their products have been on an amazing journey. And so sharing little illustrations, little either videos that you've created, like I said, in Animoto, or you can go into Canva and create some cool stuff in there. There are so many different ways that you can do this, and it is a very visual thing to do. And yeah, your company might have provided you with some professional videos or images around this, but why not get creative and do something yourself as well? Maybe, let's just say you're with Norwex or even Enyo, and you've got a product that's been recycled. Why not take a photograph of the original product that it's been recycled from, share that in stories, and then share an after photo, which is of the product itself and what it's been turned into. It's a visual way of taking people on the journey of where it's been and where it is now. So it's a really fun little thing that you can do. Get in and have a play. You've all got amazing different products. I'd love to hear from you too. If you go, I've got this product, Sam, I'd love to do a little bit of a story around it in that way, but I don't really know what to do. I would love to be challenged to give you a hand with that. Reach out on Facebook. Tell me what your product is. And if you'd love some help in this space, challenge me to help you come up with a way to do a little bit of a product story, a little origin story around your product. And maybe you can do something a little bit fun in that space. Now, another thing that you can do to do some visual storytelling as well is to illustrate or highlight a customer review or customer story. Now, there is a little bit of a disclaimer here. You must be careful to be compliant. So if you're with a company that is in the health space, you can't share customer stories if it is a health journey. So you've got to be very, very careful there. They need to share that directly. But that opens up an opportunity as well, because if you've got a customer that's willing to share their story, why not get them to provide you with their story from their perspective? Take a photograph themselves, even jump on and do a video for you. You'll be surprised when you ask the question, how many of your customers would be willing to help you out in that way? So a really great way to get visual again is to share something from a customer's perspective. It could be a before and after. Again, I'm probably referring more to makeup here in this space because you've got to be a bit careful with that. It could be clothing. It could even be a customer sharing a picture of their kitchen if they've cleaned it using your products, a before and an after, something like that. So just remember, be compliant in that space, but highlighting a customer story, a review that someone's put on your Facebook page, or even a video or a photo they've provided you with is another great way to do some very visual storytelling as well. The last one that I've got here is one that I think a lot of us are afraid to do because we don't think people care, but in actual fact, you couldn't be more wrong. And that is around storytelling about how you use the product, how you're in the business, what you get up to. You might think that people don't care how you use the product, or they only really care about your customers or, what the products do. But how you use it in your everyday is really, really powerful. So behind the scenes photographs, behind the scenes videos, again, little infographics, a day in the life, share with people how you use the products. It will inspire people. It will show them how they can place and use them. I love seeing people's decor tips, for example, with their candles or their oils or even their makeup or their dressing tips. How do you use your products? How do you use the products that you sell? Even involve your family as well, if that's relevant and you're comfortable to do that. It's It's a really great way to do some visual storytelling also. If you're in the health field and you created a smoothie or a recipe, take a photo of not just the recipe or the smoothie, but you with it, you eating it, you diving on in, or your kids or your hubby or whoever it might be. Share what you do behind the scenes because it helps people connect. It makes it more real. And it helps give people an idea on how they would incorporate it into their world. If they can see how you've incorporated it, it starts to get them thinking about how they use it. They start placing themselves in that position. So there's a few little visual storytelling tips for you to give you some ideas on how you can get a little bit creative with sharing your story. Remember how powerful your story is, whether you're telling people your whole origin story or just sharing a little bit of the behind the scenes and how you use your products or what you do in the business and how it's changed your world. Get in and check out Facebook stories and Instagram stories. If you haven't done it yet, I highly recommend that you do. Like I said, there's some really cool tools that you can use in there, and they're constantly adding and changing as well. They're giving you some extra stuff to play with. So definitely get in there and check those out. And as I mentioned earlier, I also highly recommend that you check out the Creator Studio if you haven't yet in the new Facebook. It's got some really awesome stuff in there. Just a little reminder, on some of those programs I mentioned, you've got Animoto. We love that program. You've also got Canva, which we definitely highly recommend. And then you've got programs like Fiverr and Freelancer, etc., where you can hire someone who's amazing at doing all of this clever animation, etc. Pay them, $10, $15, $20, $30 to create your cool little video. You just need to provide them with a little script, maybe even some images, etc., and you'll be amazed at what they come back with. So get in and have some fun. Get a bit creative and try sharing your story, various different versions of your story in various different ways. I hope this has given you some inspiration today. I can't wait to see what you all come up with. But have a really amazing rest of the week. I look forward to catching up with you all again on the podcast again next week. We've got some amazing stuff coming up. And in the coming episodes, we do have some awesome interviews coming up with some very special individuals that I know will blow your mind. So make sure that you keep tuning on in. Subscribe if you haven't done it yet so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming episodes. And if you think that this has been helpful, I'd love for you to share this with a friend or someone in your team that you think might get a bit of inspiration from this. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Have an amazing week. God bless. And we will see you on here again next week. Bye for now. Thank you for joining us in this episode of the Direct Selling Accelerator podcast. If you love listening and you found that this was helpful for your direct selling business, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also check out the recommended video that's popped up on your screen right here. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye for now.